Grab your tea, because today's comment comes with receipt. Welcome back to the Ancient Tea, where history has facts and the comments have the hot tea. Let's get straight into it. First hot tea question: which Medusa story should we believe, Hesiod's or Ovid's version? Neither is more correct than the other. Hesiod's version was Medusa was born a monster, one of 3 Gorgons, whereas in Ovid's version, Medusa was a beautiful priestess serving in Athena's temple. Poseidon assaulted her in Athena's temple, so she punished her by transforming her into a monster. Believe both as different versions. Hesiod's version dates back to 700 BCE, making his version the oldest Greek myth, whereas Ovid writes his Metamorphoses in the 8th century, over 700 years later. My hot tea take is, if you're asking which version comes first, Hesiod did. If you're asking which version shapes modern culture, Ovid's version is highly recognized because it has influenced countless books, films, artwork, and modern retelling centered on victim blaming and power. Hot tea take question 2 comes from the Trojan War. Who caused the Trojan War the most? Paris, Helen, Aphrodite, or the gods? 100% the gods did start the war. Now let's start from the jump. Strike 1. Ares. What gives Ares the audacity to go for a wedding that she was not invited for and still having the audacity to throw a golden apple? That golden apple was ought to cause this, which he did by the end of the wedding. Now strike 2. Zeus. You're telling me gods of all gods could not pick the best gods to have the apple? He could not pick between Athena, Aphrodite, and Hera, who is to have the golden apple? Come on. Strike 3. Aphrodite. You're telling me Aphrodite promised Paris a woman that belonged to another man? I can't even blame Paris in this mix, because if I was Paris and the gods did promise me something, I'm taking it in regardless. And I also find it tricky, because I don't think Aphrodite didn't know that Helen was already married to King Mani at this point. It's giving some type of drama. Now strike 4. Aphrodite again. You can't tell me that during the duel, it was literally King Mani versus Paris. Why the hell did Aphrodite interfere? When Aphrodite saw that Paris was about losing the war, she came and flew him up to his chamber. Come on, everybody would have been angry. That duel was meant to be fair. Winner takes all. Winner goes back home with Helen. But Aphrodite didn't want that. I feel she didn't want to look stupid among her fellow gods due to the fact that she literally promised Paris this woman. And because of one fight, Paris is going to lose the woman she promised him. Aphrodite is full of drama, guys. Strike 5. Apollo. Apollo literally rained down arrows to destroy the Greek kingdom because they took Chrysis, who is daughter to his priest. Understandable, but this is what we're talking about here. Paris did take Helen from another man's kingdom, so why can't they take a priestess daughter from yours? Hot tea take question 3, also coming from Medusa's video. Was Athena protecting her temple or punishing the wrong person? For Ancient Tea, we're using the Ovid's version. 100% Athena was punishing the wrong person because your priestess was assaulted and violated in your temple, and all you could do was to transform her into a monster. Make it make sense. Only if Athena is trying to tell me the main reason why she transformed Medusa into a monster is because she wants to hide her beauty so no other person will see her again, because it doesn't make sense that a priestess that served you for years in your temple was violated by a god and the gods go scot-free. Whereas Greek mythology we're talking about here, I know to go into war with other gods is going to be long, but at the same time, I feel Poseidon should have been a little bit punished in a way. I don't know, maybe he will not go to the ocean for a long while. I don't know, but at this point, it's giving misplaced anger. Hot tea take question 4 is coming from the Emu War of 1932. Did the emus actually win the Emu War? 100%. The Australian army used Lewis machine guns in World War I and still couldn't win the war. The farmers' main concerns were the emus were destroying their crops. During and even after the war, the emus were still destroying the farmers' crops. The emus outsmarted the army, outran their bullets, and countered every attack from the army. Out of 20,000 emus, only 986 were dead. Guys, is a clear win for me. Last hot tea question is coming from the Trojan War. Was the Greek biggest enemy actually Troy, or the pride of King Agamemnon and Achilles? My hot tea take, that has been the genesis to the Greek kingdom's problem. One kingdom always wanting to overthrow another, one king always wanting to overthrow another, and King Agamemnon We have to give it to him. That king was ambitious. King Agi stood on business. Because how is it that they tell you to choose between your own daughter and your kingdom? And King Agi chose his kingdom. Someone that chose to end his daughter's life for you guys. Are you trying to tell him he should return Chris's? That was King Agi's main problem. The slap on his face. King Agi has sacrificed a lot for this war. He sacrificed his own daughter. And you people are telling King Agi that he cannot have Chris's. Crazy. King Agi stood on business and he was like, if you guys are taking Chris's from me, no problem, I'm going to return Chris's back to her father, but I'm taking someone else's war prize. And honestly, let's be fair, King Agi would have not taken any other person's war prize because no one had so much power than him in that war aside the greatest warrior Achilles, because it said immediately Achilles left the war, the Greeks started losing, to show that Achilles also had his own power. Now, Achilles would have ended everything when King Agi brought the gifts to him and apologized to him. Achilles, okay, we are losing this war, come back. But Achilles' pride still didn't let that happen. He was like, no, you embarrassed me in front of everybody, so I'm not going to do that with you. And Achilles was like, he's not going back to the war. That made everything just spin round. Let's think about it. Imagine if Achilles actually accepted King Agi's peace offering and he went back to war. There's a clear vision that the Greek would have won this war. 100%, I believe the Greek biggest enemy was indeed their pride. That is all for today's hot tea take. Remember to like, subscribe and comment. But before you go, next week we're talking about a war that started over this. And yes, people actually died.